So hello and welcome to Wonder WhyZ everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. And in this video, we are going to talk about Boruto episode 208. The first half of this video is going to be dedicated to my live reactions of this episode, and in the later half of this, I'm going to give you all my review for the overall episode. I've not seen it yet. I've just seen some of the screenshots online on Twitter currently. I just didn't had the time to properly go over the episode, so I'm going to go over it for the very first time right now. So let's jump into it. I've added a very small tiny window here. Hopefully it won't be any material which is infringing copyright, because this is a proper live stream reaction video. So I hope you enjoy this, and please stay till the very end of this video because I'm going to share my opinion, thoughts and reviews towards the very end. So let's just begin. I hope it is working properly. Yes, I think it is working. So alright, we begin right after Boro is punching almost the living shit out of Boruto, but he's not there. Someone is in the sky, and who is that? Well, it is none other than Boruto, or rather Borushiki, and obviously the title of this episode is Momoshiki's Manifestation. Don't get cocky, you inferior creature. That's epic. That's really epic. And so far, I'm liking this. I don't know about what or how good the animation is going to be, but so far, I'm really liking this because Borushiki literally just tears apart the arms and legs and what torso of Boro. So this is pretty cool. Sada is totally taken aback, and she's like, "Huh? What the hell is going on here? Who is this guy?" He barely has any chakra left, and yes, that is one of the most important point for the Borushiki infestation here. Boruto was literally out of chakra. We heard that in the last episode, and that is why Momoshiki is able to infiltrate in his body. He goes on to check upon Naruto. What? Oh yeah, he is taking chakra from the QB. Damn, this was good. I had almost forgotten about this particular part, but yeah, he did take chakra from the QB. Boruto is looking pretty nice, I would say. It's not the most snappy animation, it's not the cleanest animation, but it's fine. It's looking fine. And it's quite aerodynamic. No, aerodynamic wouldn't be the proper word, but it's just flowing very well so far. And Mitsuki finally wakes up to see what the hell is going on. And he sees this Boruto, but he's not familiar with this Boruto. He's like, what's this? This is not the Boruto which I see. This is not the Boruto whom I admire so much. But damn, this moment is gonna be amazing because Momoshiki is like, or rather Borushiki is like, let's see what this jutsu is all about. Why are they having so much fuss about it? And he just starts popping up this Rasengan. Dude, this is huge. This is huge. And Boro is like, his karma is still incomplete. How is he able to do something like that? And damn, this Rasengan is huge. It's bigger than the Cho Dama Rasengan that Naruto did. And he's like, Kashinkoji deceived me. Holy shit, this is huge. I mean, sure, in the manga we knew that it was huge, but damn, this is so big. The animation is not something to marvel at. It's not the best thing so far, but my goodness, this Rasengan is huge. Yeah, like I've said in the past as well, the animation so far of this episode is not that epic or anything like that, but Studio Period really knows how to do special effects very well. I mean, it's not just limited to Studio Period, even the third party studios which are involved in the series, they also do these, what should I say, special effects very well, and that's the very same case for this as well. I have my thoughts about how the Borushiki form looks in the anime. There are certain things which I like, and there are certain things which I really don't like. But I'm going to talk about that later on, especially towards the end of this video. So stay tuned for that as well. But anyway, this form is just waning off right now. The karma mark just faded away slowly. But anyway, let's see. Let's skip this part. So anyway, welcome to the stream, Pratyush and Akshat. Thank you so much for joining in. the manga translations have made their way into the anime. Yeah, they have made their way into the anime. So far, it's looking pretty decent, I'd say. Again, I'm not really enamored by the animation or anything like that, but it's overall fine for me. Overall, it's really fine for me, and it's interesting, honestly, to note the way in which the karma sort of faded away. It's a interesting take upon the series, or at least an interesting take upon the form. But let's see what happens later on. Because now, as you can see here, Naruto is just recovering. He has been here for 2 whole days. He is still in the hospital, and finally, we got to see Hinata and Himawari. I mean, something for Hinata at least. Hinata has been a real disappointment in the series so far. For me, this is one of the most disappointing aspects, but we just directly jump straight into the story so far. Like right after the Borushiki form happened, 2 days have passed by, and it seems like Naruto is finally waking up. Yeah, he's wake. He has woken up, and the entire Uzumaki family is beside Naruto at this moment, and he's like, "I'm safe." And Boruto is totally overjoyed. He's like, "You're finally awake. Took you long enough." And is this the Konoha? Is this the leaf? Yeah, and Himawari is like, Boruto and his friends brought you back. Naruto is like, you guys went there? Is everyone okay? He can't believe this. He's like, yeah, Kawaki and Sada are getting treated, but everyone is fine. And Naruto is just taken aback by that. How could his son do something like this? But unfortunately, we know the dark truth, which is going to ensure soon enough. And immediately after waking up, his concern, Naruto's concern, is that where's Sasuke? How is he? And there is Sasuke. There is Sakura as well. You're still not in a condition to move around, but Sasuke is like, I can't be in bed. And Sakura is like, Naruto has finally woken up. Okay, cool enough. And there's Katasuke and Sumire. I'm forcing the continuity, the non. Okay, these are some of the generic stuff that the arm that Naruto had given to Kawaki, the prosthetic arm, is not really doing well. He is going to contain chronic muscular pain because of it, so that's fine. I mean, it's the generic stuff. Some of the side effects of the scientific ninja tools, and I'm glad that the anime is sort of adding these small nudges so far. And Sumire is holding a painkiller here, and Kawaki is like, what is this? Basically, he's not trusting her just as of yet. uh okay, there's one specific word in this episode that was used a lot for Boruto. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. Let's see what happens. Yeah, there's no need to concern yourself with it, and basically all the other characters are surrounding Kawaki at this very moment. He's like, I was constructed not in such a manner or in such a hurry, basically. So they are obviously concerned for him, but the most important point here is that Boruto delivers the news to Kawaki that Naruto has finally woken up. Yeah, Naruto is awake now. Naruto is up now. And beside him, Sai, Inojin, Sai, Shikamaru, and Sasuke are also there. And I heard the Lord Sun, then Sasuke woke up. Shikamaru is like, yeah, I gathered them. Okay, sure. And yeah, Naruto is right. This is a race against time here, and they need to get down to the business. There's no time to just lay off at this very moment. The Jigen is a member of the Otsutsuki clan member. Yes, and Sasuke delivers the most important news here, that he has the position of the 10 tails. This is gonna be huge. And Shikamaru is right. He's like, how did we miss something like that? How did we not notice 10 tails at this very moment? But Sasuke just says that it was hidden in a totally different dimension. We couldn't do anything about it, and we can't even access it without the space-time ninjutsus. And probably the coordinates for it are also changed at this moment. All right. And Shikamaru asks the important question: did they run into Jigen or not? Okay, I need to pause it here. I have a feeling that since Boruto is talking about how they had to deal with Boro here and not really Jigen here, I feel like in the future of this series, especially in the anime, they are going to expand the story of Boro even more, especially how he caused so much trouble with the viruses. The manga sort of skipped that thing over, and we knew that he was sort of the savior, the self-proclaimed savior. But I feel like the anime is going to add some anime canon stuff where some of the other teams, maybe Team 9, Team 10, are going to or will have to basically go to some of the other villages, some of the smaller villages which had been troubled because of Boro's savior tendencies, which had all these viruses and whatnot. It's a very, very big setup, in my opinion, and the anime can just easily introduce a mini canon arc where they're going to talk about, hey, Boro just used his viruses in the past upon these smaller villages, and he had just having he basically had a lot of trouble. He had given a lot of trouble to the people, so we need to do the right thing here. We have to control the infiltration and whatnot. So it's an easy setup for maybe a 5 to 6 episode arc, or maybe a 10 episode arc. And in the meantime, they can introduce the manga content later on. It's a very good setup, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, Sasuke is so proud that Sada was able to do the Chidori. You could infect an entire town. See what I told? This exact thing, the exact thing which I talked about. Sada is telling the entire thing about how he's the person who infected everyone with the viruses, and he was the one who cured them of their illness, and he's the one who became this sort of savior. So this is one of the major reasons why he was believed to be the miracle that was cured. Yeah, and Sai says that we have to look into that. So this is my basis, this is my topic as to how they might delve into this into a sort of mini arc. And Shikamaru is like ninjutsu, which can do viruses or make viruses. That's a huge thing. It's not even a Kekkei Genkai. But Kawaki breaks the news that all the members of the Kara organization have scientific ninja tools inside of them. So this is not something because of ninjutsu, but rather this is because of the scientific ninja tools. And they're talking about all the guys, including Victor, including Deepa, and now Code as well. Yeah, slowly hinting stuff towards Code. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Yeah, I guess we are slowly getting into the anime canon stuff once again. Yeah, Shikamaru also asked the question that why exactly are you called a vessel? What is the reasoning behind it? They're sort of talking about the vessels here. Are there any vessels aside from you? Shikamaru is asking Kawaki here, but then Boruto is also remembering the time when Delta told him about him being a vessel for Momoshiki. Shikamaru is still obviously a little suspicious of Kawaki, but that is quite correct. But Naruto intervenes in the between that this is not the correct time to suspect him. I understand that you are having your doubts over here, but this is not the correct time. They have been through a lot. They have actually been through a lot. And Naruto is like, I'm glad everyone is safe, but they obviously will have to take some necessary step at this moment. But I'm just kind of, yeah, they are finally going to talk about the Borushiki form probably, because Mitsuki and Sada and even Kawaki are just looking at him because Boruto has no, um, recollection of what exactly happened back there. Sakura, but ruins the mood because she's like, no, you can't stay in this room anymore. You have to take rest. You have to come back later on, basically. Okay, so now Kawaki is just delivering the news to Boruto. He's like, when Boro was about to overpower Sada, you tried to jump in into the basically tried to jump in to save her, but at that very moment something happened, and you grew horns just like me. The karma spread over your entire body. Yeah, you grew horns on your forehead just exactly like him. It's about when Jigen infiltrated the Uzumaki household for the very first time. Yeah, exactly that thing. Those horns. But this is a different horn. To be frank, I like Kawaki's horn much more than Boruto's horns. It's a visual feature in my opinion. I see. So that's the situation. Can you sense my presence, human child? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the flashback to Momoshiki. Those who defeat gods cannot remain ordinary individuals. What the hell are you talking about? But yet again, we get to see the Jogan here with the black eye. So I'm just still conflicted about the Jogan and Byakugan situation, because here, even in the flashback, you can get to see the black sclera for the Jogan. So I don't know when they are exactly going to delve into that Jogan Byakugan storyline. Sada is telling the entire situation about Borushiki form to Sasuke, and his right eye was a Byakugan. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. They explicitly tell you here that his right eye was indeed a Byakugan and not a Jogan or anything like that. That is interesting. That is interesting because yeah, this definitely looks like a Byakugan. This is not Jogan. As we saw in the flashback, it had the black sclera, which is not present here at this very moment. And she's like, this was not the Boruto that we know about. This is different. This was a totally different thing. Even Mitsuki knows this. It didn't come up. Yeah. Sada is like, yeah, Sada is asking the most important question: what in the world is happening to Boruto at this very moment? The new opening is looking like a yeah, Pratish, I understand. I agree. Even Boro said the very same thing. You are the vessel for Momoshiki, and at that very moment, Sasuke deduces the thing that Momoshiki is staying inside the body of Boruto, and he's trying to take him over. That is the thing which they are deducing at this very moment. And they need to take rest, obviously, and he's going to look into this matter. Sasuke, oh, this is very nice. This is obviously nice. Sasuke caring for Sada is always going to be nice. I wondered why Momoshiki gave the karma to Boruto, but if he's trying to revive himself, that really makes sense. Yes, exactly. That's why they are referred to as vessels. Again, Mitsuki is asking a very important question. It's most probably Jigen was the Otsutsuki, and he's the person who gave the karma to Kawaki. Yes. However, from what I saw, Jigen himself was also a vessel. Seemed to be a vessel from some other entity. Yeah. So that at this moment in the series, this was a huge reveal that Jigen himself was a vessel. But there are some new characters here. Shikadai and Inojin are here, and they are just basically they're like, "Are you scheming something?" And they're like, "Nope. What are you guys doing here? We brought you a get well present." Taiyaki, yeah. Again, a visual reference because the Taiyaki was the thing which Kawaki went to take along with Naruto while he was installed with Naruto. He met up with Sada and Chocho, and there he ate the taiyaki for the very first time. And this is a gift from Chocho actually to none other than Kawaki. So yeah, that's a really good addition to the story. It sort of mends all the characters together. Unlike in the manga, it's just focusing solely upon the story of Boruto and Kawaki. Just that's it. Choose whatever flavor you like. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, again, actually, we get to see the flashback, the thing which I just talked about right now. We get to see the flashback to the taiyaki, and he remembers that, and he says that, okay, I'll go with the custard flavor. And all the four of them are eating it, and basically, I think like he's going to have sort of a. Oh, that's so sweet. Kawaki just stands up and he's like, what the hell is this? This is so damn good. Shikada is like, once you're discharged, let's go there. And he's finally started, at least I seem so. It finally seems like he has started to, you know, what should I say? Trust Shikadai, Inojin, and all these people. And Inojin comes up and he's with these cards, and he's like, "All right, now we should finally play it since you guys are better." But Sumire is in the background, obviously. Class rep is scary. Kawaki still needs to rest. Yeah, sure. Low life was this part in 1.7x speed. Yeah, I can understand that. Also, welcome to the stream, Reaper Minato. Thank you so much for joining in. I mean, these are sort of the slice of life stuff, so I'm gonna skip a little bit of this. But anyway, Kawaki's taking his rest here, and she finally breaks the deal that she's not the class rep anymore, but still everyone just talks about it from the same thing. The painkiller, could you give me a shot? Okay, he has started to trust Sumire a little bit. It seems like at this very moment, he has finally started to take the painkiller because of his prosthetic arm. Please grow back. Alright, hold on. Okay. Understood. Yeah. Uh, okay, I know what you're referring to. This is probably about the ship. But anyway, yeah, he's basically asking why are they talking about her being the class rep. I've talked about the Taiyaki part. Yeah, the Taiyaki part is over. Pratyush, the Taiyaki part is over. I talked about why it was important and how it implemented the anime canon part as well very well. I'll upload this video on YouTube. Obviously, you can go back and watch it. So the painkiller stuff is over, and Kawaki is about to enter the room of Naruto, but Naruto is obviously having a conversation with Shikamaru. These are some of the most hardline questions they have to ask, but Naruto is still trusting Kawaki, and Shikamaru is still having his doubts over this entire situation. Jigen appeared from his karma. In other words, the village's sensory system is meaningless. That's a very good point by Shikamaru. He might seem untrustworthy or... Yeah, true. I heard that. He said sheesh. That's true. When he was talking about, just a second, when he was talking to class rep, he just said sheesh, which is probably the favorite part of everyone in the manga, from Konohamaru to Naruto to Boruto and everyone. Literally, they all keep saying sheesh according to the WhyZ translations. But anyway, Boruto is just staring over his karma mark, and he's like, those who defeat gods cannot remain ordinary individuals. He's just remembering those dialogues over and over again. So yeah, that's over, and that with that we basically come to an end of this episode, and the next episode seems to be an anime canon episode. It's just like he's talking to Himawari. So yeah, that's fine. Alright. So that was Boruto episode, what was it? 208, yeah. So that was Boruto episode 208. What are my thoughts about it? I'd say this is a fine episode. It's not really bad. Animation wise, it was decent. It was not something out of the park or anything like that. But I gotta say that the special effects so far have been really great. My main concern or my main problem with this episode concerns mostly the Borushiki form in itself. I'm not a very huge fan of the Borushiki form in the anime right here. It's looking fine, but especially this part. I mean, this right side of him is not looking that great, or at least I didn't expect it to be like this in the anime. In the manga, I had sort of a different expectations for it, and it really feels like the designs are sort of off in this particular episode. It might be because of the studio change. Maybe when Studio Period does the animation yet again, it will look better. But this gradual thing, like how Brown is meddling with his skin tone, it's not really looking that decent in my honest opinion. And I hope that the karma mark, especially the blue line colorations, were a little deeper. It's looking too shallow for me, and I'm not just digging the flat design. Basically, as you can see here in the image is also here, you can see this flat or very gradual gradation from dark brown to skin color. It's not really looking that effective in my opinion. It's not showing a menacing side of him, and that's my only complaint you could say for this episode. It's sort of a design oriented thing, but at the same time I'm still quite confused about the Bakugan and Jogan situation, the entire thing, because it's not like that. It seems like the anime has not forgotten the Jogan yet, because they actually did the flashback scene from when Momoshiki first took over the body of Boruto, especially when he was defeated. And at that very moment, we actually got to see the Jogan with the black sclera. So that's a different eye, and this Jogan is a different eye. So I just honestly don't know what the hell is going on. When we were reading this in the manga, we thought that this might be the Jogan. There was no inherent explanation to it. But now that it is in the anime as well, it is for sure that no, this is not the Jogan, this is the Byakugan instead. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the overall thing unfolds, how Jogan is introduced into the story, or how the explanation for Jogan is given into the story. At the same time, I am a little bit sad that we don't really get a lot of, post sort of a thing, basic explanation about the Borushiki form here in this particular episode. The most things which happened here are how Sada gave a comparison or a detailed explanation of the entire thing to Sasuke, but we don't really get a proper reaction from the other characters. It's just like, yeah, this is not the Boruto whom we love, this is not the Boruto whom we know, this was a totally different character, and there's no apparent, what should I say, seriousness to this entire thing. This is a totally different Boruto. This is like someone has possessed his body, but there's no sort of urgency to this entire situation. The only person who is thinking critically here is only Shikamaru. You might hate the character for being sort of strict upon Kawaki, but he is actually the one who is only asking the real questions. He's the one who is asking the most important questions as to what exactly went on there, whom did you face, what exactly does Kawaki know. I know that it might sound a bit rough and it might sound a bit, what should I say, not, what's the correct word, pleasant. It's not sounding too pleasant of him, it's not sounding too kind of him. It's a totally stark, I should say, difference to the philosophy of Naruto in a way. But these are some very important questions that he needs to ask, because the literal Hokage and the second strongest person of the village, these two persons were kidnapped, and that too in the very house of the Uzumaki household. So these are some very important questions for him, because this is the entire matter of the security of the village. Because for him, the sensory department was basically useless, because they were not able to detect Jigen until unless he entered inside the village. So who knows in future if the enemies decided to invade upon Konoha, what is he going to do at that very moment? So he has to be the person who is going to ask these strong questions. But I don't think that the same case applies to the other characters. They are just too chill about this entire situation. And my goodness, Hinata's character is just murdered here. I know that she's a housewife, and it's not wrong for anyone to be a housewife. It's not wrong for anyone to be out of duty. But just limiting her scenes to being a housewife, a caring housewife, it's just lame. We don't see anything from her. She's just, okay, going to the market, okay, standing beside her bed, okay, cooking dinner. Just that's it. Nothing more about Hinata is there. So it's sort of really embarrassing and sad, to be very honest with you all. And this is basically what I wanted to talk about in relation to Boruto episode 208. I feel like this was a fine episode, and yet again, some of the anime canon stuff, links to some of the anime canon stuff, especially the Taiyaki, was very good in my opinion. And then we have the stuff with the playing cards as well. So these are sort of linking the entire thing so far. Also, Sasuke being a proud parent here, and how listening to how Sada was able to perform the Chidori, that was also very good. And what else is there? What else did I want to talk about? There was one more thing. Hold on. Yeah, the last thing was, as I said before, there's a potential to be an easy anime canon arc in the future of the series, especially before the time skip. They specifically relied the information about Boro being the sort of fake healer. He was the one who was responsible for spreading the viruses across the nations, and I think that Konoha might look into this matter and maybe send some of the other teams to delve or deal with the situation. So it's a plot for an easy anime canon arc. Next week we are about to start with a probable anime canon arc. Maybe this is sort of fillerish, I don't know, because the anime canon would be a different one talking about the karma. And so that's it basically. These are all the things which I want to talk about in relation to Boruto anime episode 208. What do you guys think about all of these things? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and follow our Discord servers. Follow the Wonder WhyZ Discord server as well as the Naruto fanbase server for some very exciting conversations. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you all on the next one. Thank you so much for joining in.